The thing I wanted to talk today is on Parinyata, Parinyeya. Okay, there were two good things to understand. In this Sekkha, Sekkha will have Parinyeya, and Arhat will have Parinyata. If you go through the Sutta, you'll understand Parinyeya. Okay, you look at the Sekkha portion, it is Parinyeya. And if you go to the Arhat section, it is Parinyata. It's a huge difference. It's like going from 0 to 100. 100 is Arhat. Anywhere between 0 to 100 is the other three people. Okay. So basically, I need to know that I'm a Sotapanna. The reason why I need to know I'm a Sotapanna, like I've been talking about, is that it will tell me whether I can proceed further in investigation. So there is now onwards, it will involve two things. One is Samatha, one is Vipassana. In MN1, especially, it is both to be done in equal proportion. You can't do only Vipassana and forget the Samatha, and just do Samatha and forget the Vipassana. Not possible. Now let's take some examples. I go to a 10-day retreat, 3.5 days of Samatha, what is called Anapana, and the remaining for Vipassana. In this case, it doesn't work. Okay. To still Sotapanna, that works. But beyond Sotapanna, that will not work. Got the point? Because this is starting is Sotapanna. Sekkha means is a Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami. How he would see it. So then the next question. Does that mean we shouldn't follow any tradition? You can. But you have to go beyond that tradition. Can be whatever tradition. Can be Thai, can be whichever tradition. It's still, it gives you Sotapanna level, which is a very good state to be from a Putujana, which would have had innumerable lives. You have come into Sotapanna. That's good one. Most safety net, because the person will not take more than 7 bhava to reach Arhat. That's the best. So all traditions will help me in getting till Sotapanna. If I'm following Lady Side, or I'm following Ubakin, going Ajahn Cha, Ajahn Brahm, Ajahn Des, Ajahn Jaisar, or whatever, the names can be numerous. The tradition is forest tradition of Thailand, and the Vipassana of Burmese, and Desana route of Sri Lankans. All the three, undoubtedly, one day or the other, take me to Sotapanna. Okay. No matter in, the only thing is I need a right spiritual friend or Kalyana Mitra to take me there from Putujana to that one. Now that is from today, we have to practice Samatha and Vipassana in equal proportion, not in different proportions. What does that mean? So we need to understand. Let's take, for example, Kajjaniya Sutta, which we took today morning as a part of Uposattha. It's a good sutta, which has both Samatha and Vipassana. Okay. Now, if I want to understand what is Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Buddha gives an alternative to it, which is itchy, this itchiness, something itchy. What is itchy? There is some discomfort, affliction. Affliction as in pain. What kind of pain? Pain due to heat, pain due to cold, pain due to hunger, pain due to thirst, like that. Or pain due to some flies and this and that coming and landing on the body. It gives you an itchy sensation. Now you see the word sensation here, the Vedana. I don't have to sit and observe, closing my eyes for 10 hours. I just have to watch the itchy sensation. That's all I need to do. Like Gopal Krishna is doing like this, itchy. So can I observe that itchiness? You require samatha. That observation is samatha. Doing like this. All that is itchiness. Observing that itchiness is vipassana. What happens when you itch it is vipassana. So you're doing samatha and vipassana together. And then you can understand the feeling. When there is itchy, scratch it, it burns. When it burns, it takes out the previous Vedana. Right? So now I'm doing abhinya. I'm seeing it in a totally a different way. Because doing like this, the nibbidha happens. Disillusionment happens. Because if it was mine, I would have not had to scratch this. It just comes. There's a itch here. There's a itchy feeling here. There's a itchy feeling here. There's itchy feeling. The whole body has a itchy feeling. Feeling is itchy. Okay. So can I practice like that? Yes. The first thing what a Sotapanna learns is to understand five aggregates. So that's the starting pitch of Buddha Dhamma. After being in Sila, and then you have faith in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, you have understood through your own way the five aggregates. Now it is time to go deeper into the five aggregates. Okay. Because the upadana is holding on to it is this body. So then I don't have to hold on to it. So I can see this whole body is itchy. That is vipassana. For that, I need to be in samatha. How do I be in samatha? Watch the breath while you're scratching, while you're doing something. Then you will come to see three kinds of sankhara. Kaya sankhara, which is asapasa, this in breath, out breath. Vachi sankhara, which is thinking and pondering. Mano sankhara, which is feeling and perception. As soon as something is itchy here, there's a perception of something, some discomfort. I need to eliminate that discomfort. That's perception. Can I know that's a perception? Sanya. And can I scratch it? There's a feeling. So now I'm feeling here, let's say, I'm scratching. I'm not saying I shouldn't scratch. No, this is Rupati, afflicted, painful. Doing this. Okay. After doing that, can you feel hard, this lightness or hardness and softness and heat and cold and all of that? When I'm doing this, yes, I'm able to do so. Good. Now, can I know through abhinya that patavim ma manni, don't consider this to be mine? Okay, because this came and it left. Because now it is heated up. So that feeling is not felt. That itchy feeling is not felt. Instead, it is burning feeling. It's replaced by burning feeling. No longer itchy feeling. So now, can I know it's burning? Yes. After a while, the burning sensation is gone. Yes. So, can I now see anicca in that? Yes. Can I be like that? No. Because I'm still a sotapanna. It goes away. What about anagami? He can. What about a sakadagami in between? Can't say he cannot for a long time. We can't say he will for a long time. But as far as anagami goes, he can. Yes, Arif.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to understand. So what do you mean by this equal proportion? Can I understand as when I'm doing vipassana, the samatha should be there, right? And as I'm doing samatha, at the same time, I should also practice vipassana. This is what
Yes.
you mean by equal proportion.
Yes. Good question. So let's say I'm observing whatever I'm observing. I need to be observing breath, which is samatha. And I need to be observing the whatever is happening in the eyes, in the ears, in the nose, in the tongue, in the body, and in the mind. Like I just now did like this. It shouldn't be uh, unconscious. Be conscious. Right? I just did like this and did like this and did like this. Generally, we do like that without knowing what's happening. Right? So now there is no samatha. When I'm doing this, there's no samatha. Like doing like this. There's no samatha. So I just do it. How did you do it? The sankhara, how did it happen? That's a sankhara, what I'm doing. It's an intention to remove that affliction. So if I do like that, then what happens? There is a wisdom. Parinyata, parinyeya. Parinyata is what to be known is known. Arhat. Parinyeya, I'm knowing. A Sekkha is knowing it. Okay. So, and hence, there's a huge difference between a Sotapanna and an Anagami. Sotapanna will forget. The defilements are more. So, that person will forget. Whereas for an Anagami, there's no need to forget because his Samadhi is achieved. Whereas in the Sotapanna, only the Sila is achieved, no Samadhi. Is practicing Samadhi, is not in Samadhi. In Arhat, in Sila and Samadhi is completed, His panya is also completed. And hence all the three are done. Parinyat. Same Patavi, no different. Arhat looks it different. Sekkha looks it different. Okay, they don't look the same. Because one is on Parinyaya, another one is Parinyata. He knows. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I think you were saying anagami is in samadhi as well as arahat, right? But this samadhi is of slightly different quality than arahat one because the wisdom is not fully developed. Hence,
Yeah.
it is samadhi, but not of exact same.
In general, when you really reach Anagami stage, you will come to know what is Samadhi. The unshakable state of the mind. But it lacks complete wisdom. The avidya is not gone. I'll again repeat for the benefit of all. What is an anagami? He number one has ruparaga, ruparaga. So for just like a normal person will fall back on kama, an anagami always falls back on the jhana. Got the point? Okay. Then there is mana, vanity. Not like a normal person or even like a sotapanna, but he still has vanity that he is able to get into jhana at will. Okay. Then there is restlessness as and when something is not working. He wants to get back there. Just like a normal worldling gets back to the sensuality. In the same way, anagami comes back to jhana. He will find it literally unrelenting if he's not in jhana. Okay? Because that raga is there. Like in a normal worldling, kama raga is there. In a sotapanna, kama chanda is there. In the same way, in the anagami, rupa raga, arupa raga is there. Because that's the highest pleasurable state of existence. Okay? There's no other pleasure than arupa jhana. Unfortunately, you might, or people here might not have experienced so far. But the day you experience it, it's mind boggling. There's nothing that can match it. Okay. Now, the only difference between an arhat and an anagami is if anagami can let go of this jhanic bliss for knowledge, it's done. Now, in the case of a normal worldling, the avidya is on whatever he sees, hears, taste, touch, smell, all that seems to be real for him. For a sotapanna, he knows it's not real, but he's still not cleared it. Meaning, there's a lot of expectations around whatever he seems to be doing. Okay. And in between position is Sakadagami, because it's less of Kamachanda, less of Vyapada. So the Samadhi gets fructified, completed at Anagami, because he has reached the fourth jhana and he knows he will be reborn there. It's not just, he's just doing that. He knows he is going to be reborn there. Yes.
And I guess due to craving for this jhana, he almost refused to see the anicca in that, so he holds on to it.
It's not about he doesn't see anicca. That's not the wisdom what he's talking, what it is there. The bliss is so much that it's hard to give up. Just like somebody holds on to the Buddha Dhamma, he doesn't want to give up. Instead of using it as a raft, he carries it along. Number one, you need all 8 jhanas. Number two, you have to get rid of the 8 jhanas in the end. For those people who have not even entered into one jhana, is nothing they have achieved so far. Got the point? Because if you eat the fruit, then you know what's the problem with that fruit, right? If you don't even eat the fruit and then just keep it in a shelf, and then we can write books about that fruit. So after Sotapanna, this 24 is Vipassana, for which equal amount of samatha has to be there. So the best Vipassana place is Kajini Sutta, but then one should have samatha, tranquility to see it. Otherwise, it becomes intellectual rambling, nothing else. So the basic aim of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vaya, I'm just holding on to these four because then there comes Bhuta. So I don't have to go each Patavi and then it is Ajjatta Bahita. It's like we already done that 11 once, but I'll still repeat. Atita, Anagata, Pachuppanna, Ajjatta Bahida, Olarika, Sukuma, Hina, Panita, Santike, Dure. These are the 11. You have to see Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu in 11. And then comes the Rupa as Rupa. Yam Kinchi, Atita, Anagata, Pachupanna, Ajjatta, Bahida, Olarika, Sukuma, Hina, Panita, Santike, Dure. Then you have to apply the formula Eso na mama, Eso ahamas, na ahamasmi, Neso me atta. That's a mantra or that's a formula, whatever you want to call. Because then the abhinya comes. Bhinya transforms itself into parinya. Then that transforms into parinyata. I am known what they need to be known. So in the Dhammacakka Pavattana Sutta, Buddha uses these 3 into 4, 12. Now I'm combining all the suttas, so please be aware what I am trying to do. You might have read the Dhammacakka Pavattana Sutta, but you might not have looked into there are 12 of them. 3 into 4. Satchikita Tabba. Yes, literally seen it. Again, there comes Parinya, Parinyata into 4. That is Dukkha, Dukkha Samudaya, Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipada. In all the 4, you should get as a Sekkha Chakkum Udapadi, Jnanam Udapadi, Panya Udapadi, Aloko Udapadi. When we talk Patavi, henceforth, you should have Chakkum Udapadi, Jnanam Udapadi, Panya Udapadi, Aloko Udapadi. Parinyeya. Okay? If you don't know Parinyeya, how many of you don't know Parinyeya, Parinyata, Sachikita, Tabba, and all of that, what is used? Because that's going to come. Yes, Veena. When I can't hear you.
I don't know what you said regarding.
You don't know what you what I said. Have you read the Dhammachakka Pavattana Sutta?
Just I have listened and sometimes that's it.
Now, after this class, you read once. Make notes of what you understand and what you don't understand, also what you misunderstand. And when we meet tomorrow, we will take it up. I want the same thing to be
Okay.
done by everyone. You might have read, you might have heard from some Bhante, you might have recited, because many people recite this as part of Gatha. So please, 4 into 3, 4 noble truths into 3 ways of seeing is 12. It talks about a Sekkha, talks about an Sekkha as in Arya Puggala. Then it talks about Arhat. It talks about Tathagata. In 4. Please have a look at it. This is something which everybody knows. Dhammachakka Pavattana Sutta. And why I'm telling you that? That's an extension of this. Whatever you're now doing it, just an extension. Because now you are a Sotapanna. So I don't have to go back to Sotapanna state and explaining all that. Now you are moving as a Sekkha. You're no longer a Putujana. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to jump into Anagami state for most of the part. And for some part, we will come back to Sotapanna. But most of the part will be as Anagami. That is when we go to Deva onwards till Nibbana, it would be Anagami. No Sotapanna, no Sakadagami. It makes no sense. Because the difference is vast, and between Sotapanna and Sakadagami, it is pretty less. Nothing much to be categorized, told, informed, anything. So in Buddha's dispensation, if you see the Puttujana, there is Sotapanna because that's a starting point. But if you see almost all the suttas, it talks about Anagami. Even Mahasatipatthana Sutta doesn't talk about Sakadagami. There is no mention of Sakadagami. There is Anagami and Arhat. So we will only cover Anagami state, how an Anagami sees life from Bhuta. It will be Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami. That will be the last time I'll be talking about Sotapanna and Sakadagami. And after that, it's only Anagami. There's no way I can talk about an intermediate states. Makes no sense. Because the, the width is very less, the depth is more. Yes, Aryu.
Yeah, I think one time you were saying that Sakadagami would have given up on these 8 Lokya Dhamma, right?
Yes, that is
So
correct.
yeah,
That is
so
also,
in terms of yeah, I guess in terms of practical impact on one's life, it's pretty huge still. But in terms of achievement on Dhamma, it's considered not as much.
yes, because this is, you require a good amount of samatha and vipassana. Lokiya Dhamma will make him not possessive. He doesn't possess, appreciate it. But this, what we are going to talk, Patvi, Apo, Tejo, and Bhuta, we can do for all the 3. It is something where you can reflect. But how do you do Bhuta completely? Bhuta also you can do. What about Deva? What about Pajapati? What about Brahma? What about Abhasara? Bhankina, Vehapala, Abhibu, Akashanchayatana, Vinyananchayatana, Akinchayatana, Nevasanya, Nasanyayatana, Dhita, Sutta, Muta, Vinyata, Ekata, Nanata, Nibbana. How do we see from a Sotapanna perspective? That's the reason Buddha says Sekkha, doesn't care what kind you are. But it's most of it related to the Sekkha as in Anagami. Because he has attained Rupa and Arupa jhanas. That means the Samadhi is complete. There's nothing left in Samadhi for an Anagami. Yes, Bobby.
Vilasji, is it possible to become an arahant by just having first jhana?
If you see the sutta, he says it is possible in an Arya. So we are going to come to that. There were two suttas which I had referred, 4.123 and 3.116. 3.116 talks about that is Aninja Sutta, talks about the three formless realms. And in that he says, a Puttujana will come back, but an Arya will not come back. He will get extinguished there. In the same way, there's other sutta which I took on the other day, Patama Sambhava Sutta, something like that. In that, he talks about all the four jhanas. And he says 1 kappa, 2 kappa, 4 kappas, like that. And the last one is 500 kappas or eons. He says a Puttujana will come back and Arya will not. Will not means what? He'll get extinguished there. If you have gone through the sutta.
There is a sutta called Atta MN52, where it was said by Ananda, some wealthy citizen who Attagaranga Sutta or something. So in that, he was telling that, what is, when somebody practices first jhana, he might be completely extinguished. And then if something remains, the five lower fetters, and then he will be reborn in the anagami stage. That's what from that what I understood is that from that first jhana he can become an arahant.
That's what I also said in that other sutta which I was mentioning. It is there. You can be extinguished from there. That's it.
No, even in human life, you can do that. In a human life, you can become an arahant.
It's upon landing.
Yeah, bit confusion that MN,
No,
MN52.
Forget about MN, DN, SN, AN and all that for time being. First, let's work out to be an anagami for sure. Okay. Because what is first jhana? Can you stay in first jhana forever? That's a question. That's the first thing I need to accomplish. Rupa jhana. Can I be in the first jhana all the 24 hours, not 18 hours, all the 24 hours? Can it be done? And the answer is yes. Then you will get extinguished. It doesn't matter because there's nothing left. So what it happens at death, the person gets established in first jhana, not as a human, not possible. No sutta says you will get into arhat by doing first jhana, because there is mana, there is udacha, there is rupa raga, there is arupa raga, there is avijja. How can that will go? There's no sutta which explains like that. MN52 also doesn't say that. Neither the one what I am quoting also doesn't say that. So first we need to attain 24 hours of first jhana. That means no worldly thought is going to take you at all. Can you stay in?
What about sleep?
Yes.
What about sleep?
You
Don't
sleep,
have to
but there are
sleep.
no thoughts in the sleep. It's a thoughtless sleep, no dreams. That means when you hit bed, no thoughts. Not a single thought should appear. Avitakka vichara. Savitakka savichara. So now you have put a vichara, vitakka vichara, like a lucid dreaming. You have put what you want, and that's all will come. And that's it. There's nothing else as worldly things, office, house, wife, husband, children, wealth, this, that, nothing. Because the mind has to be established in Brahma realm. That's all what it is. If it is there, it will get established there. Brahma Vihara. You can do that. You are there. You are established there. Cheto Vimukti of the worldly life. Very good. You will never come back. That's correct. That's what the Sutta also says. I am also saying the same thing. Whatever the Sutta says is true. No, that is fine, Bobby. I'm not rejecting. What I'm saying to you is that if we start looking at whether from human you will become that, it's not possible. That means the 10 fetters have gone so much, meaning you are at a level of a ugatit. Instead of vipachitanyu, the person is ugatitanyu. I have no clue in this present life anybody is other than a Neya at the max. So, Bobby, if you are Ugatitanyu, maybe you will. That's true. So I don't know your state. You should know your state only. So when I come to Australia, we will see whether you are an Ugatitanyu. If yes, 100% you will don't have to come into a next existence called as Brahma realm. You'll get extinguished from here direct. That means you are going to be an arhat in this life. That's what it means. Please understand, it's rebirth which is happening. You are in the human body, but the mind has established itself in Brahma Loka. And it starts working out on removing the fetters, the 5 higher fetters. Failing which, it will get re-established as Anagami in Brahma realm. That's what MN52 is. So my question is, have you experienced this going from here to there? You should do that. Then you will see what is possible, what is not possible. Interpretation wise, there are so many things that Pali to English, it will be there. Maybe let it be. But have you experienced that way? That means you're sitting here, but your mind automatically, that means the chitta is established in Brahma realm. And you know it is established in Brahma realm. And then it is fine. Now you should get that penetrative knowledge. Parinyata should come, not parinyeya, knowing. Parinyata. Then, in the Four Noble Truth thing of the Dhammachakka Pavattana Sutta, you should see it. Sachikita Tabba. Sachikiriyaya. I have done it. then yes, why not? Absolutely fair. Not that it can't be done. But as far as I've seen of myself, I have not been able to do so far because I'm lacking. Okay? I've still not reached that stage where I can put the chitta landing and taking off. Okay. So once I do it, maybe I can tell you, but at present I don't have that. I'm in work in progress at present. So it'd be too hard for me to say whether the chitta will get extinguished even before reaching there. It's always on landing. So you will land in the Brahma realm after the breaking of this body, or you will be Arhat in this life. That's it. There are only two things, right? How can it move out of human body and then not establish in Brahma realm if something is still there? The defilements are there. So we'll land there.
Oh, sorry. What I mean is, now I understand what you are saying is that he still has a human body, but the mind is gone into that level of swasthana,
Yes.
basically. Like,
Yes. So at present, what I need to see, am I going to be in Savitakka Savichara forever? The whole day, whole night, next day, next night, like that. I'm there and there and there and there. What happens? The consciousness is literally moved out. It's just established there. So you know what is going to happen. You're talking to someone only for that moment you are there in that realm or doing something and you are not interested. That's the reason the person will be so disinterested in the worldly thing because he's getting better thing there. So this looks like, not required. So just come for in transaction, okay, tell me what you want. Okay, you want this. Okay, let me do it. So he just does it and but he's a human body. But he's gone there. So it keeps on establishing there. So my question is, have I booked my flight ticket? If death arises now, of this body gone, fair. But I will be there. The very next moment I'm there because I've been practicing to go there. So I don't have to do anything. I'm already there. So my interaction with this world is almost nil. And interaction with that world, Rupa Loka, is more. Then I go into second jhana, Avitakka Vichara. That's when the light comes, Abhasar. And then I come to the third jhana, Ananda or Sukha, Subhankhina. Then I go to the fourth jhana, Vehapala. Okay. Now let's forget Abhibhu for time being. It's complicated. Leave that. We'll go to Akash and Chayatana. Can I be in Akasha forever? Yes. With human body? Body has got nothing to do with it. It's a mind which is reaching there. Why do you want to take a body there? The Patavi reduces as you go up and the Patavi increases as you go down. So you let go of Patavi, you let go of Apo, you let go of Tejo, you let go of Vayu. And that's the reason using Abhinya, you're going to Ma Manni. Ma Manni. The reason why he's doing that, don't hold on to it. It becomes heavy, burdensome. Hence it is Asubha. You're holding on to some dirt. It's weighing down. It's weighing down the consciousness to get established in a lower realm. Throw it out to the higher realm. So I go to the higher realm. Now from Akash and Chayatana, this other things looks very bad because the perception has changed. So when my perception is changed, the feeling should change, obviously. See, Akasha, as Akasha, changes your perspective of life. So you feel more lighter and more blissed in Akasha. So can you be in that forever? Yes, you can. If the consciousness stays there forever, it will get established there. It has made its home there. This is the home presently, and that becomes the home. Now, when that becomes the home, this becomes a far shore, that becomes a near shore. You got the point. Now, Tathagata means no shore. He's moved from this to there, and that's it, over. Case closed. Arhat is also same. Now, in case of Sakadagami, Anagami, and all that, it's a leaving this shore and going to that shore. It's just like, I got my visa, right? So now I'm losing interest on this shore in India. Let's say I'm getting into, every time I talk about America and my wife says, you love America, so now I'll make it Australia. Best thing, because in a few months I'm there in Australia. They'll make Australia as my new home, Sydney. The near shore is Sydney, the far shore is India. Like Bobby, in your case, the near shore was Kerala earlier, but now it's a far shore. You rarely think about Kerala, only when there's situations. Otherwise, most of it is Brisbane or Queensland, where you are. So you would go to Gold Coast, you go there, you go here, and you rarely have to think about India, except for your mother or whatever, your ancestral home or something, or your in-laws. And that's the only time I think you need to just come back to this shore and forget that shore. Now, if the consciousness is in this shore, when we met, you were following Indian news. So you were losing this shore, Queensland, and you were putting far shore, which is India. So you are following politics. Just like somebody sitting here follows Trump and goes detailed into Trump. What Trump is doing is bad, good, bad. I wouldn't have done like this. And he gets mad and worked up, etc., etc. Or he likes whatever Trump does. Only two options. He has forgotten the near shore, gone to the far shore. If he gets established, from morning till evening, the person is established in far shore now. Yes? So the near becomes far becomes near.
It's a watching movie. That day we shown the movie, and it's exactly the same. You establish there after some time.
Yes.
And the whole day or 1 or 2 days, you still remember the movie.
Exactly. Like my mother-in-law, she watches the serials, the soap operas. She's in far shore. This becomes far shore and that becomes near shore. So now she starts to think, what is going to happen to that family? Will they survive? This politics is happening in that family. That mother-in-law is not good, or the daughter-in-law is not good. The husband is not good. The child is not good. Now that is the near shore. So the consciousness has got established there. If death happens, she will get exactly the same family as she's anticipated it. It's near death situation when the consciousness go there. Physically, it is still here because the Ayu has not gone. And prana, which is in Pali Usma, is going to go away all the time. So if that person is not careful, will end up being there. So like my mother-in-law who follows the like my mother-in-law, I didn't say mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law, my wife is sitting here only. So like so many people watching teledrama or they see news, they get worked up, they say this shouldn't have happened, that shouldn't have happened, blah, 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 all of that. That consciousness is made the far shore, the near shore, and the near shore, the far shore. Yes, Ashwin.
It is like dangerous also. Means if anybody understand this and he start dreaming like I want to be in Elon Musk, and at the death he can establish there, correct?
He
With
will
his
get
family.
established based upon his punya. See, two things are required. One, food packet. Mental food packet is what? Punya and papa, karma, right? Basically, that's karma. If you say punya and papa is karma. So, kamma, khetta, that means you have a field, khetta. Okay. Then, vinyana bija, the consciousness is the seed. It takes the seeds which it wants to put it in that land. And craving sineho, that is moisture. Now, in the case of somebody who is watching the news, where there are fights and he's enjoying or he's saying, oh, it should happen like that, oh, well, like that, he's doing it. Let's say at that moment, heart attack happens. The kamma is made. Kamma of what? Anger. That is not making him angry. From inside, the defilement is coming. That thing is not making anybody angry because somebody who loves it will be enjoying it. Somebody who hates it will start to feel angry. So, kammam khetta, land. Where it is going to land? Where the consciousness is going to land? In a hatred place. So, it will find a parent which has hatredness. So, that is met. Kammam khetta. So, kamma happened. Now, let's say bhumi means land. So, which bhumi did it pick? It picked something which is a aversion oriented or anger oriented, frustration oriented, all of that. The first impression what the consciousness has is of this. So it has made a papa, right? Sinful. Once its hatredness is there, it will pick up that place, whichever that place is. Now it doesn't matter. Consciousness just moves and picks up that place. So the bija, which he was a so noble person, got angry. What happens? It picked up that bija. It sprouts. So he will land in a place, if he's a human, will get a parent who keep on fighting from morning till evening. And everyone around there are fighting. That's exactly what he wanted. He was having good deeds, but what happened to that? It is there, but it is taken down. Now, this person called whatever name, let's say taken as a human, is one. What it was the last bhava of that human. The next bhava is tirachayoni or peta or niraya. And now what to do? That person was the most proficient, let's say, teacher, wisdom. He got angry and he kept on seeing that video or whatever, or he got involved with it. Let's say, forget the video. He feels I should be doing this, I will do it, I will do like this. He got worked up. He went and joined and blah, blah, all that happened. Now what happens? He is in Niraya, hell. If that's all you want, take it. So my question to Bobby was, can he live 24 hours in Brahma realm? But that should become the near shore and human realm should become the far shore. Because it has to let go of human life completely and then go there. Fine, fair. That means all my life now, from today till when the death comes, I'm in Brahmaloka. I means that mind, the consciousness is in Brahmaloka. Yes, Arif.
Yeah, when you're talking about this near shore, far shore, I was thinking people who have pets. I think it's a good deal for the pets because they're learning to have a human Baba, but it's not a good deal for these owners because
Yes, it is
they're
not.
mimicking the other way.
Yes. See, I've seen some dog rearers who become like dogs. In fact, there are many suttas where Buddha says, don't ask me this. And that guy persists, saying that, no, you tell me, sir. And he says, don't ask me this. Then again he says, please tell me, sir. Then he says, look, my dear friend, I didn't wanted to say you this, but you will be reborn as the same animal what you are having. It's already made. You've prepared it. Yes.
I know this kukura. I think where this person is practicing as that, but there's even sutta on he's owning a dog and he's becoming that as well.
Whatever you feel, if you see on the streets today, people who take their dogs, they get to see, feel as though they are their children. So the first level of modification has happened in them. They can't reverse it. They don't see any difference between them and the dogs or the cat or whatever they have, or a squirrel or a, let's say, parrot or this or that or whatever animal they're having. Because they see, consciousness always has ability to attach. It has a agglutinate. It means sticky. It sticks. If I have a parrot and if we keep on looking at it, it automatically pulls me towards that parrot, making me think and react like a parrot. If I'm not careful, I'm already making that as my near shore and this as a far shore. Okay. Now, over a period of time, slowly, I get so much hooked onto that parrot life, and I feel, then I start searching the internet, how the parrots are, or how the dog is, how that is, how they. So the whole life goes in dog and cat and parrot and pigeon and this one and that one, and then I'm totally stuck in that. And the mind is completely absorbed in that. Anybody talking something about me, I'm okay. But anybody telling my dog or a cat or a pet or whatever I have, I get worked up. That means the second round also happened. The first round was considering as mine. Neso mama should have been. It has become Eso mama. This is mine. Now Neso ahamasmi. This belongs to me. Dog belongs to you. What kind of stupid person are you? The third one, when it happens, are you? It's disaster. Eso me atta. This is myself. And we saw it in Mountain View, that park where we went. How many people were acting like dogs? All those ladies who were standing one day and having their dogs, I don't know whether you were there or not, at least I and Chirag went on a walk, and that day one Indian lady having 2 Pomeranian pets and another few ladies having some more dogs. There were 9 dogs in all. And they are becoming like a dog. So the third thing also has happened. It doesn't matter whether that woman struggled to get into America to become an American. Very soon, he will be reared by someone. Because the third one also has happened. Eso mama, eso ahamasmi, eso me atta. Because she has made the dog life as a near shore and a human life far shore. It can't be as bad as that. So what Buddha says, instead of that, why don't you make the consciousness go on the first jhana? Make that as your near shore. Because anyway, it will go to stick to something. So stick to the higher one, drop the lower one. Yes, Ashwin.
So this is means so we covered Dur and
Yeah.
TK,
Yeah.
and also we cover Heen and Pranit. This is a Heen and Pranit.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Hina and Panita. We
So
covered all
let's
the
cover
11.
Udarika.
Atita Anagata
Udarika,
Pachipanna.
that is clear. And
Ajata Bahidda. Olarika Sukuma. Hina Panita. Santike Dure. I've covered all the 11.
Ola and Sukshma, just can you
Olarika is
cover
gross. Sukuma is.
No, as an example, like a dog, we cover like a Heen Pranit. That's very good.
That is
Heen.
Hina. See, Olarika is gross, right? A dog is more grosser than human body.
Okay.
Okay. Sukuma. Sukuma means what? Atomic.
Atomic, very small.
Very small. So what is very small?
But
The
that's the
experiences
question.
what you get in jhana, when you let go of patavi, you get sudden bliss. That is sukma. You feel heavy is olarika. You feel light, sukma.
Hmm.
So we need to be careful, Ashwin, on what we are following. Very careful. If you follow a dog, you become a dog. If you follow a cat, you become a cat. If you follow a peacock, you become a peacock. You follow whatever, you become that.
So at least the people, the Pruthakjan or the people who is not in the Buddha Dharma, but they are doing continuously chirp, and this is also not bad, I would say, compared to
That's the
going with
reason
the
I'm
dog.
telling it. That's the reason Purtojana can reach all of those realm. You know, there is in Vedanta, Tattvam Asi. Tattvam Asi. You are that. You are that is that light.
Hmm.
You are not human. You are not this, as in dog or cat or lion or tiger or whatever that is. You are that. Tattvam Asi. Stop doing this. Come, you take that. So if they follow it, at least they get a better thing. One kappa. Good.
Hmm.
So many
Good.
birth death can be stopped. One kalpa. And second Rupajana, 2 kappa. The third Rupajana, 4. Go to the fourth one, 500 eons, 500 kappa. Why don't you go to infinite space, 20,000? The next one, 40,000. The next one, 60,000. Then that next one, which in Vedanta called Turiya, infinite. You don't come back for infinite eons. Then the stupid rearing of a dog or a cat or your son or a daughter or some money or some this, compared to that,
It is real important.
why don't you go there? This son or daughter is not going to keep you even for 20 years. Like Aryu's son, once he grows old, another 10 years down the line, he's on his own. And Aryu now has to feed himself. And so his son. So what we are talking is next 10 years. That's it. On an
Yes, sir.
eon scale, it's not even a winking of an eye.
So understanding the Buddha what, so you can understand where you are landing also yourself.
Yes.
You don't need a Buddha also to tell.
That is the beauty of Buddha Dhamma, that you will know where you're landing. My aunt
the
once had
landing.
asked me, Ashwin, my aunt once had asked me, 2 years ago, and they were here at our home. So I was telling my aunt that you should know where you're going. She didn't understand anything. Anyway, I don't expect her to understand anything. But she was asking me what you do. I said, I want to know where I'm landing. It's good to know the near shore and far shore. Yes, Archana, go ahead.
Very profound understanding, sir. I always used to think that whenever I used to see so many people, they come with a truck, with a car full of food for dogs, and they will feed the dogs on the street. And I used to think, oh, they are doing. It's such a great compassion they are having. It's a punya they are getting, and frequently I used to see that, and I was like, you maybe I'm not able to do this. What specifically about the dogs I was seeing the people used to contribute. So today this is very different perspective I have seen. I never heard like this before. So how much attachment we have, then it is directly related to our birth.
Yeah. So in the Dakkina Vibhanga Sutta, you have to read that sutta, Dakkina Vibhanga. It's good to feed the dog. Absolutely good. Or dog or lion or cat or whatever, squirrel or hen or pigeon or whatever, even an ant. Don't have attachment towards it. You're just giving food for the consciousness. Just be that. And bless that animal to become a human. Because there's no cat or a dog or a lion or a whatever it is. It is eating its own karma, so to say. So why don't you wish it good? Saying that when you're giving it food, make it, may you be human faster. That makes sense. Because you're not getting attached to that. You're still retaining your humanness. At least that's the reason Sotapanna is the most important thing, because you'll not go down. You'll never go down. It will not allow you to go down. That means the consciousness cannot get established down. Okay, now what happens? In human life, it depends on what kind of things I'm watching or hearing or tasting or touching or smelling. So what the Upanishad did is to take one step in a better way. Hold on, Shruti. Shruti, hold on. I'm going to talk to you. So they said, you have to you have to work out like this. Like what? Like Bhadram Karnebi Shrunayama Devaha. You have to work out in such a way you should work out in such a way that you have to protect. Bhadram. Karna means ear. Bhadram Karnebi Shrunuyama Devaha. Only listen to what is Deva like. So Patavi Apo Tejo Vayo Bhuta Deva. Okay, we are sixth realm. Beyond that, Deva. Okay, eyes also should do the same. Ears, the first thing is the ear. Make it Bhadram Karnebi Shrunuyama Devaha. Bhadram Aksha, eyes. To see only good things. Even though there is bad, see good in the bad. And Buddha also says ugliness, beautiful in ugliness and ugliness in beauty. Okay. So particular, apaticule, particular, particular, apaticula. That means what is agreeable, you make it disagreeable, and what is disagreeable, make it agreeable so that the mind doesn't get attached there. So you have to make like a deva. The deva is one who doesn't have disagreeability and agreeability at all. It's only one state. So if I were to do that, it's good. It's very profound. So all that I need to do is to ensure that my mind stays there. If you see, I've shared it, or somebody can watch it later. I mean, I've not shared in this meeting thing. I will share it so that you can see. Oh, it has come. Yes. This is in Sanskrit. Om Bhadram Karnebi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Maksha Bhijya Yajatraha Tirairangai Sustuvagasthasthanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. That means Ayu is, you know what is Ayu? Your lifespan. So the Stira Anga, let it be in such a way that the Anga means the body parts don't go somewhere else, but let it get established in Deva. Okay. So we need to be careful. So we need to get established there all the time. Then it works. If not, at least establish in human realm in a peaceful state. Very peaceful. Because then the mind will get established in a parent who is peaceful. At least you will have peace everywhere. Like what Ariu home is, or somebody like, I mean, at least in the places where I went in around US, wherever he took me, at least some peace. Then peace is here, the place where I'm staying. Maybe I wished something to be in pieces for whatever reason. So I got to experience pieces than peace. like what Bobby is staying. That place is really peaceful. No sound. And when they come out, they only see a porch, some cars going sometime, nobody to disturb, nothing. They've got it. But it's limited, but still they've got it. So now what I should do, having seen the pieces here, not the piece, can I establish in Brahma realm? That makes sense. Like that. Yes, Sarif.
I was just thinking, I like seeing Veena whenever she's on camera because she's always smiling. So I think she's always in Deva realm, at least.
I don't know whether she's in Deva realm or whichever realm she, at least whenever I see her, she's smiling. But when she comes to my home, she rarely smiles. I don't know whether I am so bad that she can't smile or what, I don't know. But, only on the video she smiles. Maybe when I personally meet her every now and then, she is not smiling. Okay. Yes, Veena, go ahead. I can't hear you.
She's already in the middle.
Maybe.
I will be keeping the notes by of it. When I smile, I might be understanding, thus I might be smiling. When I don't understand, I might be thinking how to analyze, how to understand like that way. It might be, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Should we end for today? Otherwise, it'll become too much. So what we need to understand is that there is near shore and far shore. So now we are coming into a changing the shore from that shore to this shore. Putujana is that shore. We're coming into this shore. Shore to shore. So earlier I was in Pacific Ocean along with Ariu almost a month back. Another 2 more days, it'll turn out to be a month of moving out from the far shore into this home, which is the near shore. For 1 full month earlier, that was the near shore, this was the far shore. Yes, Ariu.
But anyway, that's not where your mind has established that. So you don't establish neither here nor there.
That's true, but we just for conventional sake, we can say that. Right? We can say. At least for those people who are on the call or who will be listening later, they know what's the near shore and the far shore.
He's, I think, I'll just, if the class is finished, the joke is, he just tell this US and Australia to see the madam or ma'am to understand I'm establishing in US and Australia.
No, not only my wife, even my manager, she used to think, and then when I met her, so we were having this discussion, she said that now I am convinced that you don't have any memories of US.
Australia.
No, not Australia. So that's the reason I'm talking about Australia. I mean, I used to have this fascination for America. That's for true. That was there. But this time around, even though I had best of the fun than my previous visits, I really, really, really enjoyed. There's no thing I didn't enjoy except for drinks and other things. But as far as company goes, as far as people, as far as love and affection, as far as stay, as far as food, as far as it can go, I don't think so anybody can get such a nice way of living. At least in my life, I have not seen it. I don't know about others, but it didn't stick. Including driving BMW car, that also happened, and driving some other car. So everything has been done. And the amount of gifts, that's mind boggling. Where I had to pay $130 for excess baggage. I don't think so anybody can gift so much. People could go and buy, agreed, but not gifting. It's too much. And the money also which has been donated, amazing. So it's like being in Brahma realm, at least to the least, I could say. And the way Aryu took care of me, my God, very nice. Nothing he could spare. That's amazing. And about all the people whom I met, it's very great. I mean, in my working life, I have not seen anything like that. That much I can tell you. Even the same America, same things. But this kind, unbelievable. Yes, Arif.
And on the flip side, everyone who get to met you got elevated, many to a great amount. So that's
That's not a flip side, it's a good side.
It's a good sign.
I mean, on the other side of the deal,
Yes.
both got a good deal, very much better deal in this side.
Many people knows there is another shore other than North America or America.
Yeah.
Brahma Reliance is more bigger shore to cross. We need to raft.
Yeah, like his ex-boss, he was totally gone. He just experienced just on that Sunday. I don't know how far he can retain it, or I don't know whether he is explaining it to you, him, Harry, or not, but good. Yeah, Ashwin.
Yeah, just I'm saying is whoever born in this current lifetime, they always dream to go to US or the developed countries. So it's like a shore for them, offshore or longshore. But once they achieved, they have to what next?
Yes,
They should
what
be
next?
happy to
Yes.
see them.
Yes, so the next thing comes, what next? I got everything, what next?
Hmm.
So they fall back on sensuality. That's how they again fall. That's what Buddha says. A untaught worldling falls back on sensuality. And a noble person drops sensuality and gets into samadhi. It's higher than any one of these. So, Bobby, we attempted to land in Brisbane or Queensland while you were not there. So the pilot said that, the ATC said that you can't land. So I came back to Bangalore.
Looks like he's mute. I don't know.
That is cool.
I don't know if it is cool or not cool, but I know I wanted to land in Queensland and you did not allow.
So we went to US
Maybe your chitta didn't want to get landed there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe you should cancel my ticket then. Yeah, Ashwin, you are saying something.
No, I just joke. It's we went to US then again. We didn't get a landing permission.
Yeah, so we again went back to US. We went to Aryu's home because they didn't allow permission. They didn't give me permission to land. So that's all about the near shore, far shore, and how do you see. So that's the reason in Upanishad, they make sure that whether it's still a Putujana way, agreed, but it's better to land there than landing somewhere. Through devotion, through whatever it is, it's better. Because then you have crossed this bad shore, shorter bad shore. So like you see, in the case of Aryu, his son is now 8-year-old. Hardly another 8 years. He's turned 16 or 17 and that's it. What we are talking is a decade. And he's now in his 38, 39, right? You're 38, 39.
38.
38. He'll be 48 next 10 years. And that's it.
Is this, as we talked about many times, there is no time. Is it really this many as a in the universe? Is this really a years or it's a fraction of seconds happened?
Actually,
As
it is a. If you see the way they had done it in, there was an old 1985. Carl Sagan started a very nice serial called Cosmos. I fell in love with it because it's so nice. I was in my 8th grade when this serial started, when this series, Cosmos. In that, he exactly says the time, 3 minutes, when the dinosaur happened, and then the entire human is 1 minute, something like that. From that to here, from the universe time scale perspective.
But is the Buddha talked about this or no?
It's there in Aganya Sutta, but not in this kind. But that's what he says. It's very short. There's another sutta where some other Janasoni, I don't know the exact sutta. He says it just human life is just this many years and this many of number of days and nights and seasons and so and so. It is very less when compared to anything. So please don't be heedless. There, how? So we have it, but from the universe perspective, it's just a speck. What we are talking 100 years, like if you go by Uposatha Sutta itself, one day, that's it. The entire experience of one full 100 years is just one day. That means, is it worth it?
It means our is like this, and there is a pop-up. There is a big one. The reliance.
No, that's what is. That's why there is. It's called Chakkavala.
Oh.
That's the reason it's called Chakkavala, right? Samanta Chakkavalesu Atra Gachantu Devata. That's the reason why it is said Chakkavala is because of that's how it is.
So they also have a same what sun Earth has. They have the same sun, and it is
no. Then you have not understood Aganya Sutta at all. If you are self illuminating, there's no sun and moon and stars and all of that.
Then how the days? Then how the
There's
days?
nothing called day and night. Please read Aganna Sutta. When you are in Abhasara realm, there's nothing like that.
Correct. There is no day and night because you are already Prabhasar. And
Yeah, so why you should have day and night? What is there to be having a day to
also,
have a night?
to understand Buddha to Pruthakjan or to Sekkha, he mentioned the days, calculated the time based on that.
Yes.
But there is no as such in Eastern Mona.
No.
Even the Devalok.
Same thing. You have to apply the same logic there. See, the entire Kamaloka is a fraction. That's the reason Moggallana is able to shake the entire Vajanti palace of Sekkha. Simple. Anything lesser than a Brahmaloka is like this. That means the entire 16 realms of Kamaloka, just a waste. Talk something from Rupa Loka onwards. Yes, Bobby.
Let's see, by this logic, is it better to go into this first Brahmaloka or something with as a noble disciple, because you have to leave only lesser time there. Otherwise, in other realms, it looks like it is so much of time. So, why we have to leave 500 eons and all there? It's so long, right? So
It's not like that, Bobby. You have misunderstood it. It's you have to attempt and go to all. You have to experience all.
but is it one sutta you told that that in that first like Brahma world, that place, if somebody practices first jhana or even he practices that metta, he will land there as a noble disciple and he will finish as an arahant.
Yes, it is there.
So
I'm not saying
you can experience. I agree with that. If you want to experience eight jhana, but is it safe if you are, because
you
otherwise
should
so
see.
much.
I'm telling you, like you can ask Ashwin. He has sent that document also. You should experience all the 8. There is no exemption. You want to stay somewhere, you can stay. It's fine. It's up to you. Meaning during death, you land wherever you land and then extinguish from there. Bobby, you left Ireland and you came to Australia. Now you have landed in Australia. You can talk for days together about Australia. Can I talk anything on Australia? As an experience, forget about reading somebody's experience. I can't. But when I come to Australia, when the consciousness is established in Australia, when I land in Sydney, then I come to Brisbane, I stay in Brisbane, and whatever I experience, and I know I have landed. Now I can keep on landing back there whenever opportunity comes. Otherwise, I can't land. In the same way, we have to create opportunity to land in Rupaloka. Experience it. Go to Arupaloka. Experience it. Do from 8 to 1, 1 to 8. 8 to 1, 1 to 8. Make that consciousness stick on to that. Then it sticks to one thing. That's it. So now let's say you stick to the first jhana, fine. Absolutely fine. So you've seen all the 8, you feel attracted to the first jhana, for whatever reason, whatever logic you can give, fair. I have not even seen Australia, my dear friend. I'm just waiting when April 2nd happens, when I'm going to fly, and then 3rd of April, I'm going to be picked by Bobby's family. So I'm waiting. So I'm in the Niramisa Dukkha, for that matter. There are 3 kinds of dukkha, right? Samisa dukkha. Samisa dukkha, Niramisa dukkha. Samisa sukha, Niramisa sukha. Samisa adukha sukha, Niramisa adukha sukha. In that, Now I am in Samisa Dukkha or Niramisa Dukkha. If I consider landing in Australia equivalent to a jhanic experience. So now I am in Samisa, Niramisa Dukkha. I am restless, Udacha. Wait for a second, Ashwin. I'm already having Udacha, right? And I'm having Mana, that Bobby is asking me to come there. Mana. There's Avijja. And there is Ruparaga. Let's call landing in Australia as a Ruparaga. It is better Rupa than here, for sure. So it's a Ruparaga. So if we call landing in Sydney or Queensland is like first jhana, no matter how much I read on first jhana, mind will not get established there because it's not experienced it. But in your case, you already established. You're there in Queensland. Or Brisbane, for that matter. Fine. Now you are established there. You are part of it. And not only that, you have become a citizen of that country. That means you no longer have to worry about India, the far shore. Why should you think? Why do you want to get established here, which is a dirty place? When you are in first jhana, think it over. You got it. But why do you think about this place, the far shore? Not required.
Maybe some compassion. Some gods also has compassion to the human beings, right?
Sir, first get completely established. You are saying you want to get extinguished from there. I'm talking about that. Now you can't say compassion and all that. Like, why don't I go to the animal realm out of compassion and say that I am like dog only, I and dog have no difference.
No, Vilashi, not going to animal realm. Like, you feel and compassion. Some people feel, now I was hearing what you're saying about dogs and you feel compassion to these lower beings, right?
Compassion is different. Becoming is different. You have to be very careful with becoming or compassion.
Yeah, that's the danger. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. And most of the time it becomes becoming. It's not.
That is by our ignorance, it might happen, right? Because we might think it is compassion. Yeah.
It might think it's compassion, but it's becoming. When it becomes, so mama, this dog is mine. So ahamasmi, this belongs to me. This dog belongs to me. I have a belongingness with it. I can't sleep if it is not, wagging its tail. I can't sleep. So, eso ahamasmi, eso me atta. That's a danger. Consciousness has this ability to become atta. And as a reason, Buddha keeps on reciting that mantra, Neso mama, neso ahamasmi, neso name atta. Yep, good night.
One question, very interesting.
Yes.
So if somebody established first jhana, he practiced very well first jhana, no problem. But at the time of death, or he wants to come with a Maitreya Buddha time, suppose. But if he establish in Brahmalok, he will miss the Maitreya Buddha times for sure, because that that calculation says. But he wants to come with a Maitreya Buddha time, then what he will drop, or there is no possibility for him.
No, the thing is, if you're already wanting to establish in this human realm, like what Mahayana speaks, it will not get established anywhere other than human realm, because you have to keep on being that, and you have to establish here.
So if you know also, you at the time of death, you don't practice the first jhana, you will be
That's what the Mahayana book says, no, that you will let it go. Even though you are wanting to let, just like Samidhi did during Dipankara time. Samidhi could have us, who's that? Sorry, not Samidhi. this Gautama was what?
Yeah. Okay, understood.
Ah.
But,
So
no.
at that time, there was a choice to be made between Samma Sambuddha and Arhat. And he chose to be an Arhat. It's a long route, but he said, I want it. So that means the consciousness should get established like that. So he used to take many births and many births and many births and many births, and then came here.
So person definitely will have a choice if he wants to to go with a Maitreya time, and then he will keep going with a lower level, though he has a possibility to become where he wants to land.
Yes, it's all about what is a near shore and what is a far shore.
I think
But
Vilashi,
you
this
should know, but you should know where you are, where you up to where you are going, and then from where you can leave it. Otherwise, it's impossible to choose that.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, go ahead.
no, what I'm saying, Ashwin, is I think from even from Brahma realms or Deva worlds, if they are born, they can come and visit the Buddha, right? If they want, they can visit the Buddha,
Yeah,
like next Buddha.
yeah, visit possible. They can travel, or Buddha can travel to that island.
Yeah, and so many Devas come and visit Gautama Buddha, or even the Brahmas, I think.
No, I just said because I met some people who has very strong desire to come at the time of Maitreya Buddha. They're doing like a lot. I met one king, a lady. I saw, means not met. I saw one Thailand king, that queen. She has a very strong desire to become like Anath Pindika at that time. She's just like donating huge money and bringing all the monks from Thailand to India every year. So that's what the one monk said to me. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, now there is a before we end this, I would recite one a nice statement by the Buddha. It's there in Anguttara Nikaya 10.81, Kulavagga. Okay, eche sankata dhamma, eche dhamme titha tada, param gachanti ye satta tevi parama paraga. Okay? What it means is that those who understand the conditioned things, who stand firm in Dhamma, eche Dhamma titha tada, param gachanti ye satta, they cross over to the far shore. They way, they are the ones. Param, parama, paraga, who have reached the supreme. Otherwise, it becomes itta bhava, itta, thisness. Anyatha bhava, otherwiseness. So, as a human, I get attached to a dog so much that it becomes part of me. Instead of para, it has become anyatha. So it picks up from this existence, goes to that existence out of ignorance. So we should see the sankata nature in that. It's conditioned. It has done something. It seems like a dog, but no dog in there. Like in Bobby's home, they have a dog. I'm not targeting them that they shouldn't have had a dog. Just trying to say that there is always chance getting attached so much that it becomes anyatha bhava. Otherwise, the para will not happen. Other shore will not happen. It will go back into regressed shore, the previous shore. It is danger. Unless we are sotapanna, this will never be known. It doesn't mean that while I'm in Australia at their home, I will hit the dog or did do something. No, I will have the utmost compassion for the dog because it was a human in one time. It might be a deva, it can be in Brahma realm, it can be in any realm. Now it has taken the body of a dog. The consciousness has taken the body of the dog. There's no dog there. The consciousness which has taken the shape of a dog, so whatever needs to be done, we can do it. Sumedha. Yes. Okay, so let's end through that nice thing what we just now. Eche sankata dhamma, eche dhamme tita tada, param gachanti ye satta teve parama paraga.